Happy Tuesday. Kim Martin here, founder of I've Decided, and one of the hosts today of our show, My Success. I am here with a group of our awesome members. All of these guys are members of I've Decided, which I am so thankful for. Our weekly winning word happens to be thankful, and we're going to dive into that and be talking with our other host, Miracle and Troy, and when our guest Carl from May I Outreach Community Outreach. May I Community Outreach, Carl. But I have to.
You got it.
I knew I was going to mess it up. But really quick, I have a quick surprise. So on Friday night, we had our success gala. A lot of you guys know that because you were there. Carl, you were there. And we gave away some amazing awards. And Miracle Roese won our new Community Member of the Year. So you got your award, and so well deserved.
Thank you.
And then we gave out another award to the Best Encourager. And he doesn't know it because he wasn't there, but Troy Alexander.
Oh my! Thank you. Oh wow! I'm grateful.
I know.
Wow.
We're so thankful
wow.
for you.
Thank you.
You
so
weren't
much.
there, but I had your big cup of
wow.
Troy up on the big screen.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Well,
Thank you.
we really appreciate your encouragement. You really not only encourage me, but all of our members. I just see you always encouraging everyone and lifting them up and building into them, and all your awesome posts on our community page that is motivating, your little cup of Troy, your inspirational moments that he shares with us. So everyone agreed that you were the most deserving of the Best Encourager. And we're thankful for you. How cool we got to do this live. Yay!
Wow. That's a surprise.
Okay, I'll share the mic now. I just needed to have that little moment. So our weekly winning word is thankful. So what are you guys, thankful for this week? We're rolling into Thanksgiving next week, and as we think about our word thankful, what does that bring to your mind?
Well, I'm just thankful that God saved a wretch like me.
Thank you, Lord. Me too.
Me too.
And that he's using me through the vision and through his mission to help young people and to help people get back on their feet.
Yes.
And I'm just thankful that I'm one of the guys being used for that mission.
That you had the opportunity, that he
Sure.
used you. And it really is, you got to be thankful because he chose you, right?
Yes.
And so that's what we always have to remember, that he chose us for our goal, our purpose, our mission, and we have to be thankful for that. I love that, Carl.
Absolutely. Thank you.
What about you?
I'm thankful for my family. We actually celebrated Thanksgiving early yesterday. Well, we're celebrating it this week, but yesterday, one of the things we asked each kid, and we have 5, to give what they're thankful for, and I was just thankful for each of them and that they're healthy, and that they get great grades and that they're just really good kids. And
awesome.
I'm just thankful for
is
my
awesome.
family, thankful for my kids, thankful for my
Support and
husband.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow. Well, that is a powerful word.
I know, right? It is.
And, my first thought was, thinking about thankfulness or thankful, it went right to gratitude.
Yeah.
And just grateful for so many things, our family, our friends, our home, our vehicle, and I just, I spend a few minutes every morning, the first few minutes in the morning is just being grateful. And, a couple weeks ago, I had a very intimate conversation with a group of people about gratitude. And, I made a point that, and this is just my, personal take on it, is it's like, why would God bless you with more, when you're not even grateful for what you've got. Why? Why would he? I'm sure he has.
He will, but we don't.
You know,
right.
in just that state of gratitude and just the more we're grateful for, it seems like maybe a few weeks and maybe a few months, might take a while, but it always comes back and gives us more of what we're grateful for. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I wish I would have learned this earlier in my life.
I know. Well, I like to put it in, I think about my kids. If you just think about your own kids, right? You've got 5, you've got 7. Do you have any kids, Carl?
4 boys.
4 boys.
Grown men.
You got lucky with the
4
boys.
young men.
No girls.
and I have 2 girls, but Joe and I together have 5 or 7. He has 5. But you think about it in your own kids, and you think when they're grateful, you want to give them, you want to be like, oh, what do you want? You know? But when they're being just brats and spoiled and not ungrateful, you just want to be like, can you just go on to somewhere else? Because I know that God's nature is so much more patient and kind and merciful than ours.
Absolutely.
But it does kind of put it into perspective. I feel like God is kind of like that with us. If you're acting like a bratty little spoiled brat and not appreciative, he's like, okay, well, you just enjoy what you got, because we're going to hold back some of those blessings until you're more appreciative.
Well, go ahead.
No,
I was going to say to what you were saying, Troy, about, how if you're grateful for the little, you will appreciate the bigger blessing. I can remember personally when I was living in an apartment, and I remember thinking, let me just, of course, take care of my apartment and, get everything in order to prepare me for when I do get a house. If I can't take care of my little apartment, how am I going to take care of, the big house that we now have and have to take care of it? Now, we do a great job now with 5. It's a little challenging because the boys think their room is like the throw area, to throw everything. But, it's nice to be grateful for the small starts,
Absolutely.
to be able to appreciate the big finishes.
Yeah.
Good how you put that.
It really is. Just being, think about what you have right now today, as small as it is, and just say thank you.
Yeah.
And be grateful and give thanks and start to say, I'm going to appreciate what I have with what I have right now, right in front of me, and then it starts to grow from there. I think that's such a good point. I think about what you're doing with the May I community outreach, and I'm a prodigy of someone mentoring me as a child. So had I not had someone show me a different way of life, my life would have turned out way different.
Well, they did
so
a great
I
job.
fully believe.
They did a great job.
Thank you. To my cousins that I lived with for a couple years when I was young, and opened my eyes to a world that I didn't even know. So I am very thankful that God, by his divine appointment, placed me in that situation so that I could see things a little differently than what I had prior to that, based on, growing up. And that's what you're doing with May I Community Outreach with these boys, young men. Tell us a little bit about that, because I know you've got some exciting event coming up in December. And
Yeah. Well, it started because I've got a lot to relate to with the young people. I grew up in a household without a father. So, as an adult, I made some poor decisions. And at one point in time, I was an absent father as well. So I can relate to the young men that are struggling with the lack of male leadership in the household. And the mom that's working 10, 12 hours, sometimes double shifts. You got the 13, 14-year-old male that basically is raising himself. He's babysitting himself. And sometimes the guy up the street or down the street might put a mention in his ear to do something that may not be positive. And they have to make the decision on whether that's going to be a positive or a negative outcome for them. So one of my roles is to be that guy to say, hey, that's not it. And give him something productive to look forward to. I looked at a young man last week, 15, and he says, well, Mr. Carl, if I don't hang out and make some money, you have something else I can do? So I says, yeah, I do. I've got something else that you definitely can do. So we're working on getting him some part-time job in the evenings, doing some work in some houses, and the guy's gonna pay him.
Awesome.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
So but you know, so you don't want them to do negative things, but then you don't have a solution for them.
Yeah.
So they'll ask you, okay, well, if I stop today, what are you gonna have me doing tomorrow? You know, so you have to be in a position to assist after you get them to cease what they're doing. The event coming up December 20th is going to be awesome. It's I've titled it Youth Safety Awareness Sleepover, where we're going to be talking about some real crucial things that are going on around us and in cities near us and states near us. We're going to talk about being aware of human sex trafficking, being aware of being in a violent environment, a drug-infested environment, how to do CPR, everything that's related to safety and health and looking out for your best interests in an environment that you're in. And so we're reaching out to different organizations, waiting to hear back from the fire department and maybe AMT. And so we're looking to get that thing pretty much going pretty soon.
And when is it?
December 20th, it's going to be at Tree Win Middle School. It's going to start at 8 p.m., but we're going to start taking kids between 6 and 8. So the parent has to come register them. So register them, sign a consent form for them to actually stay the night. We're going to have sleeping bags, movies, games. There's going to be a amateur boxing set up in there. We got somebody that wants to do basketball. One of the leaders wants to have a little productive rap off where a couple of kids are gonna put a peaceful rap together, and the best rapper gets a prize.
Oh, how fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really nice. And then you know what else? It's gonna give mom a night off.
Yeah. And put them in an environment where they
That's
can
safe.
see that they can have fun
Yeah.
doing
Productively.
safe
Stuff.
things that don't get them in trouble.
Sure.
You know, and open again, it comes back to mentoring, opening their eyes to see things in a different way. Did you have any kind of mentor growing up, Troy?
I'm still growing up.
I opened that door. Didn't
I'm
I?
still a work
I
in
did,
progress.
I opened that door.
You know, I had great parents. They both worked full time. I was involved in sports and did a lot of, shoveling driveways and cutting grass and all that stuff. Had a paper route, but it really wasn't. My uncle, I think, was my first mentor. I just, friend, mentor, confidant. It was like all those amazing things, and he challenged me. He was a Marine. So our love language, cannot be spoken on the air like we used to speak, but that was our love language. But he just kept mentoring and believing in me, just kept supporting me. And, I made some changes in my career, and Greg, was that voice to challenge me. And I the importance of having a mentor, and I used to say, I think they should assign someone a mentor or coach before they assign them a social security number when they're born.
Yeah.
Because so many people are missing that.
We all could really use,
so
all
many
of us
people.
can use a mentor and a coach. I'm a firm believer that you really got to have someone in your life. Everyone needs someone that they can look up to. And
I have 3 mentors.
yeah.
Yeah, so I check in with them daily, almost, every few hours. You never know when you're going to come across a decision that you have to make. Nothing negative or anything like that, but I receive a lot of ideas in my head. I'm always trying to come up with a different way to inspire or empower some people. So, I come up with different kinds of ideas, and so I have to run them by people because
Right.
they say, "Man, you're so far out the box."
Stay there, Carl. Stay there.
We have to pull you back just every now and then. They have to pull me back and say, "Hey, you can't do all of that."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I could see, I don't know why I got this vision just now that maybe you could create some type of a Bible study kind of geared around for the boys at And also I know we have a lady also, Michelle, who is within I've Decided, who is going to do something for the girls, right? The mentoring for the
Yes,
girls
yes,
too.
yes.
So I don't know. I just got an idea
Interesting.
that maybe you could incorporate some kind of something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd be open to that.
Okay.
And additionally, we're going to be expanding to another day. We're looking at Thursday because right now we meet on Mondays. Male Mentor Monday meets on Mondays at the Lincoln Branch Library from 5 to 7. And then May I Community Outreach has partnered with 100 black men out of Bloomington. So they come over on Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 at Carver. So what we're going to do is I'm noticing we've got a couple young people that are staggering on their grades. So they need tutors. So Thursday we're going to do tutoring on Thursdays.
Oh, I love it.
Love it.
You know what I love too is that you guys aren't coming in and saying, hey, you're doing all this wrong. Don't make these decisions. You're saying, we understand you feel like you don't have other choices.
Sure.
You're not judging them. You're not placing blame or judgment on them. And I think that happens a lot. It's like, you just want people to just want to say, stop doing that.
Yeah.
But you
But
gotta,
then you don't give them nothing else to do. though.
right.
You know, if I stop doing this, what can I start doing?
Which almost sounds very
Judgmental,
It's
yeah.
very judgmental, and I can see why I've felt that way before, where you just feel like, you know what, you don't know. You don't know what you're trying to tell me. You don't walk in my shoes, and I think that's how they kind of get that chip on their shoulder, is like people are constantly judging instead of just saying, here's some better solutions for you.
You know what else too? What I'm noticing with the young people, they hear a lot of yelling all the time. So if you're going to yell, they're used to hearing yelling. Who's going to get through?
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to say, hey, let's talk, man. What's going on? Oh, Mr. Carl, man, I got this, I got that. Da, 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 da. And you find out this guy's got a grocery list of stuff going on.
And he's
at
just
14.
a kid.
At 14.
Oh,
And I'm
Isn't it
thinking of
heartbreaking?
what they got going on, and I'm like, man, how do you function
Yeah.
at 14.
at 14 with all this stuff?
I know.
Good for you, though, for diving in and kind of building relationship.
That's
I think
important.
sometimes when you don't build relationship with people and then just want to call them out on their stuff or judge them, it's hard to receive that.
It becomes
Yeah.
combative.
Yeah. So good for you for building relationships and being intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go out to the and I ain't bragging about me.
right.
I do this on God's
stuff.
on God's faith, you know.
Yeah.
But I go out to the juvenile detention center, and a lot of the young men out there. I mean, it's heart-wrenching. I talk to the young men out there, and male leadership is one of the most prioritizing things that they're missing. Male leadership. So I asked them, I said, you know what, I come out here, I talk to you guys all the time. Today, you guys talk to me. What do you need? And at the top of their list was male guidance, productive male guidance. Secondly, programs. You know, third, the other kids are like, jobs. So I feel their pain. You know, I do. I feel their pain. So I don't go out there and I'm shouting and screaming and all that stuff. I'm saying, hey, I understand what you're going through. How can we work on some of this stuff that you got going on? How can we start fixing it? You know, and so I give them an outlet that when they get out, give me a call. You sign up for school, and we'll get you a job. First thing is school, though.
Right.
And then I connect with the parent, make sure he's okay with it. Once that's a green light, then we work on the process. And then I get them, incorporate them into the group. And then they'll speak about the challenges that they had in the JDC or on the street. So they'll be talking to some of my kids that have never been in trouble, but they're making a couple of bad decisions. But
That could land them in
sure.
trouble if they don't
so,
change some.
So I get the kids that have been in trouble to help coach the kids that have not been in trouble.
Trouble yet.
And they can
We
become a
won't.
mentor.
Exactly.
And when someone mentors, it gives you a sense of responsibility.
Sure. It's like, I'm coaching him. Mr. Carl's coaching me. We got a thing going here.
Right.
And then they get to brag, Mom, guess what? I'm helping Mr. Carl with the group. You know, then like you said, they feel a sense of responsibility.
Right.
And then it gives them something to look forward to. Like, hey, I got to do the right thing because this little guy's watching me now.
Accountability.
That's huge.
Accountability.
Yeah, that's huge too.
It is huge. Wow.
And then I got to stay on my P's and Q's because they're all watching me.
I hear ya. I feel the same way. Can't eat the chocolate cake. Everybody's watching. But you feel, we all have that, right? Because all of us have issues.
Sure.
Everybody does. We all have something we're overcoming.
Yep.
And even if we feel like we've overcome it, it's still a process. You could easily divert back.
Absolutely.
You have to constantly stay in the loop with people holding you accountable, learning,
It's
so
a
that you
battle.
can. Carl,
battle. It's
you're
a
right.
battle every
It
day.
is a battle. It is a battle.
And then you got negative people that they want to stick thorns in you while you're on your journey. So you know what you got to do? You got to pick them off.
Keep on
And
going.
you got to keep on
going.
going. I'm
I
serious.
posted something this morning, Carl, and it said when
You
you
did?
run into an individual who's negative and has drama, don't turn around and walk. Turn around and run.
Hey, real quick, that event. So, the listeners, if you have a young person that you would like to get signed up for Carl's event that's happening, you're putting it on through May I Community Outreach,
Sure,
right?
sure.
That's happening on December 20th.
December 20th.
How can they get in touch with you, Carl?
Two ways. You can give me a call at 309-472-3958. Or you can go to our website at MAYI communityoutreach.com. There will be some information on there for you to get in touch with me and sign your child up. They have to be at least 12 years up to 17 years old because we want mature people spending the night in the school and away from home that aren't going to have, certain preteen issues.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and anyone that wants to donate too, we're taking donations in the process of paying the rental fee for the actual building. So that's around $900. So we're taking donations also at MAYICommunityOutreach.com.
Awesome. What an awesome show. So thankful for you guys.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thankful for you.
Thankful for you guys. Thankful for you guys for watching. Carl,
Yes,
thanks
thank
for
you
being
for
with
watching.
us. Thanks for hosting, Troy. And Miracle, thanks for hosting with me. Appreciate it. And hey, you guys, if you haven't visited our website at ivedecided.org, we want to invite you to do so. We want you to join our community and just be a part of helping, encourage, and and successfully achieving your goals and dreams, all the while helping other people achieve their goals and dreams, which is what it's all about. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and have a great day.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome.
Oh, I forgot.
PeoriaLife.com.